or welcome back to Guitalele Tutorials. Today we are going to revisit the rhythm patterns, and we have already talked about 4x4 rhythm patterns. We have come across different strumming patterns on 4x4 rhythm pattern or beat pattern. So what this 4x4 means actually, so when we write, let's say 4 and 4 and 4x4, right? So what we mean is that in one bar we'll have 4 counts, okay, 4 number of things. And what is that thing? That thing is a crotchet. Okay, so that's it. So we'll have 4 crotchets in one bar. Okay, and basically how we are going to write this one is this, and then it was filled up, then again this one was filled up, this one getting filled up, and this one getting filled up, right? So 1 2 3 4, and the filling it used to give is like dick deductor 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 dick deductor, something like that. Okay, so now we are talking about 3x4 strumming pattern, and 3x4 rhythm pattern, and we also have 6x8 rhythm pattern. So if you go mathematically, 3x4 is equal to 6x8, but definitely it's not the case when we are talking about music. So it's more about the feel, although they may be played in a same manner. And if you replace the 3x4 strumming pattern with 6x8 strumming pattern, so um, there will be a filling gap obviously, but you will still be in time, so you will not lose the time, so you will not lose the track of the time. So that's how it's designed. Okay, so 3x4 and 6x8 both, basically if you run one strumming pattern for another, and it's quite interchangeable as well. Okay, so when you will go and look into the strumming patterns, so you will see that. Okay, but there is definitely a gap into the filling. Okay, so what 3x4 means? Okay, so the 3x4 strumming pattern means now, so as we mentioned, so there in 4x4 we had 4 crotchets, right? So for simply 3x4 there will be 3 crotchets, right? Okay, okay, so there will be 3 crotchets or 3 quarter notes. Okay, now how this sounds, so it again still is 3 strong beats, so it's like down up down up down up, something like that. In the strumming pattern will follow, so it's kind of up down up down up down, it's continuously doing something like that. Okay, so dee da dee da dee da, or maybe dee da dee da dee da, something like that. So these two are a little weaker than this beat, so this is maybe the strongest beat. So when you will play, basically, so this is the strongest beat whenever you are playing your strumming patterns. So this will be definitely be the strongest beat. Okay, and these two will be having a little accented, I mean, okay, so these other two strumming patterns are little accented. So maybe so let's try to come up with a strumming pattern. So maybe one thing I can do is definitely is that I can do this down, I can make it as a down, and what I can do, I can make chucks here. So basically you can put 2 chucks, so down chuck chuck down chuck chuck down chuck chuck. So as you have noticed that chuck is basically a little weaker in not weaker, so it's quite different, so it basically gives a different feel. Or maybe you can still keep the 3 strong pattern, 3 strong beats. So maybe you can come up with down down up down up. Okay, so obviously you can definitely fill with these gaps with ups or anything you want, or maybe just mute. So down 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 up down 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 up down 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 up down 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 can also be another pattern. The idea is with the 3x4 pattern is that, so there will be 3 crotchets and 3 of them will be strong, kind of strong. One will be stronger, and 2 will be kind of weaker. Okay, so now why I'm telling this, so now let's look into the 6x8 beat pattern. Okay, So this beat pattern, as you have seen, so we have a we definitely have a different three different things, or they are not basically so these are not connected, so they are isolated. But 6 by 8, what happens? So let's look into 6 by 8 now. Okay, so when we say 6 by 8, so 6 by 8 basically means, okay, so we'll have, so what is this 8 now? So there will be 6 eighth notes or quavers into this bit. Now this is the difference. So how we are going to group them? So we are going to group them like this, okay, in 6 by 8. Okay, so we'll group 3 bits together in one and 3 bits together in another. So this is my 1 2 3, and this is my 4 5 6. Okay, let me count these bits as well, so then we can make a quite strong case against it. So what is the difference between 2 by 3 and 3 by 4 and 4 by 8, 6 by 8? So what I mentioned is that, so this will be a little brighter than these two, but still they still will be bright. Okay, so it's not like that these two other bits in the 3 by 4 bit pattern, so they are different. I mean, they are not going to be the weakest one, or they are not going to be changing much. But yeah, definitely this will be this first bit will be our major. This first bit will definitely be our the strongest one. Okay, so now what is the difference now for this 6 by 8 now? So if we go to 6 by 8, now we have two strong bits, 1 and 4. Okay, in 6 by 8 case we have two strong bits, and these other two bits actually, so they gets a weaker turn, or they gets a weaker strum altogether. Okay, so this is the difference between 3 by 4 and 6 by 8. So when you do this, what 6 by 8 sounds like, so it's kind of do da da do da da do da da do da da. So there is a slight change in the mood, the swinging motion, the feel of the song. That's the change. So maybe one good strumming pattern, and basically I use this strumming pattern as well for most of the 6 by 8 songs that I play. So I use this as down up up down up up. Okay, so this is one strumming pattern I definitely use. So for 6 by 8 bit patterns. Okay, so hopefully you get the idea. So in 3 by 4, all these 3 bits or these 3 counts are, so these all are strong. Okay, so these all are strong, but in this case this is strong, this is a bit weak, this is a bit weak, this is strong, this is a bit weak, this is a bit weak. Here the accent comes, so this is the strongest bit of all in the bar, and these two kind of strong but not stronger. So that's how we differentiate this 3 by 4 in 3 bits in the 3 by 4. 6 by 8, the case is quite clear. So we'll have one strong bit in a group, and then 2 weak bits, and the same thing for the next group of bits. Hopefully you understand these things, and how you are going to, so keep this theory in mind, and when we are going to look into the strumming patterns, we'll definitely look into the areas. Okay, so keep looking into it, keep practicing other strumming patterns. Strumming is pretty important in playing either of the instruments, guitar, guitarlele, ukulele. So strumming is a very important part. So try to do it as much as possible. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.